Hey, it's Leah Davis, and you're watching Wealth and Wellness for Women of Color, a safe place where you can learn how to live an abundant life. And today we're going to talk about how things can get worse before they get better. If there's one thing that I've learned along my healing journey from recovery, as I call it, from the trauma I experienced, from being in a relationship where there was intimate partner violence, and also being a survivor of childhood domestic violence, is that when I started my healing journey, I thought, you know what? I'm free. I got this, I'm gonna be good, I'm gonna focus on this, and everything's gonna be great because I'm no longer surrounding myself with this abusive individual. But I was wrong. And I think really what I've come to realize, and it's not just for myself, but all the other women that I've been supporting over the years, is that when we remove ourselves from these remove ourselves from these situations where we've been exposed to harm, we've been exposed to negative energy, we've been exposed to put downs where we feel less than, unworthy, we feel like something's wrong with us. All of that, there's so much of that negativity that's within us that now when we're not getting it from somebody else, we got to deal with our own craziness in our minds. We got to deal with the fact that we have been wired from childhood and into adult life to think and to act and behave in a way that we're not worthy, and things can feel so hard and difficult to overcome because we've been in survival mode for so long. And it's like when you're in this place of healing, I really want for you to consider, if this is you right now, that you feel exhausted, you feel like things are just not going well, you're still putting your best foot forward, and situations at work or are not working out for you, or friendships are falling apart, or relationships within your family are really difficult, and you're just like baffled, like what the heck is going on, because I thought things were going to get better. Well, that's because now that individual, person, place, or thing has been removed, and everything can come up. And if you're somebody who is also working on getting rid of bad habits, such as like drinking too much or eating too much sugar or gambling or any of these addictive type behaviors, if you're in a place in life where you're also giving that up because that's been a coping mechanism for you as you were surviving through these difficult times, now all these emotions come up, all these feelings come up, and it can feel horrific. Because if we are somebody who has experienced this type of trauma, even from childhood, we've basically learned that our emotions are not safe. They're horrible because we have such a short span and ability to navigate and cope with difficult emotions. And it's not easy, but I gotta tell you, it does get better. You might take a little bit of a nosedive as far as how you're able to manage life's difficulties and challenges that come up when you're finally on your path and on your healing journey. But I just want to say that when we're able to acknowledge and be aware that this is what's happening, then we can be able to work towards that. Really get curious about what it is that you're experiencing and start being able to articulate the emotions that you have. And noticing that, you know what? This is only going to be taking place right here in this moment right now. It's not going to be forever. It's not going to last forever. They say that the emotions we have are like 90 seconds long. And if it lasts longer than that, we're actually making the choice to sit in it. I know, that's a tough one. So as you're hearing me speak, if any of this resonates with you, what are some of the tips? What are some of the things that you've heard me say that are an aha moment for you? Please drop it in the comments below. I would love to hear back from you on this, because this is something that I've seen over and over and over again, and it can be quite baffling and confusing for the women that I work with as they're on their recovery journey from trauma. So thank you so much for hanging out with me right now. And if you want to have more information, please do sign up for my newsletter. You can do that by going to my website at leahcoaching.com, and on the homepage, if you scroll all the way down, you're going to be able to see where you can sign in your email and sign up for the Women of Color Rising newsletter. All right, thank you so much for joining me on Wealth and Wellness for Women of Color, and I look forward to seeing you again.